show you guys how to make your game look better. So if you're watching this video, this is probably like your game right now. This is how it looks. It's more stuff though. Like this, but this is like how the lighting looks and all the graphics and stuff. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make it look much better. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go up to Window here. I'm gonna go to Package Manager, and you're gonna go in Unity Register, and you're gonna search Universal RP. Yeah, there. It'll probably come up if you search Universal. So if you're gonna make like a VR game, I would recommend getting Universal RP. But if you're making a PC game or computer game or like on a stationary computer, I would recommend getting High Definition RP. This is basically like URP, but just a lot more fancy and better. But it does make the game a bit laggier. So I would install this. Just click install. Just wait for it to be installed. So when it's installed, it should say something like restart the editor or something. If not, then it's fine. So when it says that, just click restart, I guess. So now that you have Universal Render Pipeline, you're gonna make a new folder in the assets. Call it URP or just name it whatever. And then click here, create. Go down to rendering, and do URP asset with Universal Renderer. We'll call it just call it URP. And then there will be created URP, that one is created, and URP renderer. So now you can like look at all these. Maybe if you know your stuff, you can like change stuff here and here. You can add render features if you want. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Now, you would edit, project settings, go to graphics, and here where it says scriptable render pipeline settings, click this and select URP. You're gonna say all this, just click continue, and just wait. So now it's changed, so that's good. Now you're gonna see all your materials and all your stuff gonna turn pink. Do not panic, okay? This is completely normal. Just go to your materials folder. I would highly recommend like putting everything of one thing in a folder, so you don't have like materials here and there in different folders. So if you have that, then you can just do that. Then just do this. Click on the material, go to edit, rendering, materials. You can click convert all built-in materials to URP if it says that, but I would recommend convert selected built-in materials to URP. Blah blah blah, I'm gonna say this, just click proceed, and boom, now materials back. You're not gonna see any difference whatsoever, but there is difference, trust me. Also, if you have like a lot of materials and your game is pretty big, I recommend putting enable GPU instancing on just for performance reasons. Okay, so now we have set up all the boring stuff, so now you can begin actually doing stuff. So I'm gonna go here to hierarchy, click create empty, name it, you can name it whatever, I'm just gonna name it post processing, and you're gonna add a component, volume, global, new, add override. Here there's a lot of like effects you can do. I would recommend just messing around here. My settings that I like is tone mapping, whole, aces. Now your like game looks a lot more realistic, if that makes sense. Add override and add bloom. Yes, bloom. Say you have something like that you want to make glow, but it doesn't really glow. On post-processing, if you add bloom, put up the intensity a bit, boom, now you can see it actually glows. So that's very cool. And yeah, you can mess around with the settings to how you like it. I would add override. Do not add motion blur on like Gorilla Rig. It's way too much motion blur. You can make it work, I guess, but I wouldn't recommend it. Vignette if you want. It just makes it like dark ring around your camera. Depth of field if you want. It's basically like it blurs stuff that's far away. Boom, now it looks much better. But materials. If you have no experience with Unity, it's gonna look like this with a different texture, of course. But no, why would you do this? You need to turn down the smoothness, first of all, and you're gonna use something called a normal map. If you installed it from a website, the texture from a website like Ambient CG, it's gonna follow with a normal map. It like this, it's gonna look like this, right? So, say you don't have a normal texture. I know where to get it. Go to Google or whatever browser you have, search normal map generator. When you search normal map generator, go to Smart Norm Map 2.0. This is a very good website. I use it if I don't have a normal map for my texture. Load your texture. I just have just like a random texture I have. Here you can add the intensity. If you don't know what a normal map does, it basically looks like it is three-dimensional, so it's like bumps and stuff on the texture. This is how many bumps there are gonna be, but don't put it too high because then it's gonna look very weird. So I would recommend like 80 or 70 is good. And then just right click and save, import it into Unity, and on your material go to normal map and select the normal map, and you're gonna see it looks much better. So you can add a height map if you want. That basically just you can look at this. Just look at this. You know, like this. It makes it look like that. Occlusion map. I don't know like a way to generate the occlusion map, so you basically just have to make ones yourself or just find one, I guess, a texture with one. Just enable it, and you're gonna see that like it's much more like 3D. What it does is it makes some areas more light and some areas more dark. Okay, so now you have a very good texture. This is what we like. This is how you should have textures, not like the way I had it before. So, one glowing texture, okay? Let's just make a new material, if you want. Call it whatever. Let's say you want a red glow. Go to here, make it red. You can make it whatever color red. I'm gonna just make it dark red. On emission though, enable that. And up here, if you don't have the post-processing bloom, then it won't glow. Then it'll just be very bright red. Don't make it dark red. Make this as bright red as possible. And put up intensity as much as you want. Look, this is good for lava. Look how good this looks. Like, whoa. It's actually way better than I expected. So if you're making any type of lava or something, I would really recommend this. It looks very, very good. Look, if you can make this to basically look like change the base color. Okay, now we have a lava material. That's nice. So yeah, you can have whatever color glow you want, and you can. I'm just scale this down like so. Here, and yeah, that's basically how you make all the materials good. But there's more, much more. Let's say I have a map. This is just a map I made from a game. And this looks very bad, I know. You need to use tiling to get it to look good, but on Blender models it's a bit different. You need to like UV unwrap the thing and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that in another tutorial. But So you have your map, right? Hopefully better than this. And you have a light. I'm gonna just make a light then. I've seen a lot of game devs not mention this. I'm gonna just make this reflective by taking the smoothness up. So the reflection is gonna be like this. Just a little orb. And that's fine if you want. Doesn't really look that good, right? No. So we're gonna use reflection probes. Just create empty, call it reflection probe. Add component reflection probe. And then it will come here. I'll make it real time right now because we haven't baked the lighting yet. When you have the reflection probe, you don't actually need to do anything for it to work. So look like that. Look. When I disable it, it becomes like this, right? Because it uses the skybox as the reflection. When I enable it, you see, it looks much better. So when I disable, this is what it looks like. Probably what yours look like as well. Boom. Much better. Much more smooth, much more better. And you can change all the things here if you want it to be dim or very light for some reason. You can do that. So that's reflection probes. Just put these all over your map. It's gonna look so much better, I promise. The light probes. Do here. Light probe group. Now you can here just click this, add probe. Here are the probes. You need to enable guest modes over here. And you just put these probes. You take these probes, you put them around your map. It's gonna be a bit tedious. Yeah, it's very tedious to do this. But it makes the game look much better. So just put these little orbs around your map. I'm just... So now all the light probes are set up for me. I just... Boop. Okay, so light probes, they don't really do stuff right now. You won't see any difference if you do not have any like moving objects. Yeah, when you move around, you're gonna see like the light is gonna be more realistic. But go to window, go down to rendering, click lighting. This is gonna pop up. Click new lighting setting. Change it from progressive CPU to progressive GPU if you want. This is for preview, so it's gonna go much faster. If you want to be more precise, do progressive CPU. This basically just uses the GPU, which makes it faster, but not as precise. Change these settings. Probably some YouTubers have some good settings. I do not have any good settings. I'm just change these. I'm gonna half these so it doesn't take as long. The bigger the map, the longer it's gonna take to generate. All the things in your map that does not move, make them static. Okay. So then go to lighting and click generate lighting. Depending on your settings, it's gonna go faster or slower. If it takes like 10 hours, you can cancel and change some settings if you want. And there, it is finished for me. Now you can probably see it is much more like realistic. Even with this crappy map, it looks surprisingly good. I'm just turned down the smoothness because it doesn't really fit. You can have some smoothness if you want, unlike some stuff, because it helps like the normal map to look more 3D-dimensional. So like, look, this already looks like a teaser from some for some game or something, even though it's just me that'll show you this tutorial. Your game will look like 10 times better. I promise. Oh crap. I turn on lava and then I disable it again. Oh, what? Whoa, wait, what have I done? What? This looks amazing. Guys, I'm telling you, this is gonna make your game so much better. If you have any realistic texture, you can turn up smoothness on it a bit. It will look more 3D. This looks like some volcanic cavern or something. That's gonna be the end of the video for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down below if you have any suggestions for video ideas or problems you're having, or if you want a part 2 to this, where I even go more in depth with more advanced stuff, give you guys some lighting tips and stuff. Comment down below if you want that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.